ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुर्वे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna. Okay, so welcome back to Nectar of Devotion. We were doing this chapter 8 last time, which is the 19th item in the list. So this whole chapter contains only one item, offenses to be avoided. We discussed about the word aparad last week. Anyone remembers? What's the definition of aparad, which is what we are discussing here?
Means opposite, and Radha, the word comes from Aradhana. So that is that which takes us away from Aradhana, that is from Bhakti of Krishna.
Yeah, so it's apa, not a, it's apa word. So apa siddhanta is also there, huh? So which is like viruddha siddhanta. So aparadha, which is taking us against Srimati Radharani, which is bhakti, that is aparadha. What's the difference between aparadha and pap? Anyone else? Aparadha and pap.
Pap can be countered by some other means, but aparad is more serious actually.
Yes, in what sense, Prabhu? Can you just expand? It is right. It's more serious, definitely.
So Krishna, he will allow. I mean, he doesn't mind if the other person, the devotee, has caused a offense or something. But, if his devotee is involved, he doesn't like it because he loves his devotee.
Yeah. So anytime in a pap, if Krishna is involved or his devotees, so Krishna includes his devotees as well, then the same pap becomes aparad. So if you criticize, if you lie in the material world, it's pap. But if you lie to a devotee, it becomes a aparad. So anything where Krishna gets involved personally or his devotees gets involved, then it becomes aparad. So aparad, as Prabhuji said, should be taken very seriously. Not we should not even commit sin, but aparad is much more serious. So that's why Rupa Goswami is mentioning a whole chapter. What are different things which we are not expected to do? Because many times we may do them unknowingly. So he's mentioning those things very nicely, which we were reading last week. So two types of aparad. We were discussing last week, seva aparad and nama aparad. So we started with seva aparad. We then halfway through. So seva aparad means any aparad related to deity worship. So we have done this page very quickly. I'll just read few points and then we'll jump to the next page, which we will start today. So not enter into the temple in a deity in a car, temple of the deity in a car or palanquin. We understand as respect to the deity should not fail to observe the various festivals, so not forgetting Ekadashi or Janmashtami or similar festivals. should not avoid bowing down before the deity. So we should never become so big. When Prabhupada disciple was saying, we should never become so big that we cannot go and sit in the Bhagavatam class. Sometimes we think we know a lot. And this is a young brahmachari or young Vaishnava giving class. Why should I sit? For practical reasons, we may not be able to attend all the classes, but we should never become big in our mind that I know everything. So that is also an aparad. One should not enter the temple to worship the Lord without having washed one's hands and feet. Again, cleanliness principle is maintained. Not spread his legs, and not lie down before the deity, not sit down with the ankles, elbows. Again, being respectful and mindful to the deity. Not in a contaminated state. We discuss about few points. What does it mean by contaminated state? It can be a physical contamination. It can also be a mental contamination. Mental contamination example is? Yes, Prabhu. I thought you were about to speak. Mental contamination. Like someone died in the family. So we are very upset. So our emotions are not proper that time, and that's obvious. So that's okay. So we should not enter a physical or a mental contamination. Because when we go to temple, the first reason we go to temple is to serve Krishna. So when we are emotionally not well, we will not be able to concentrate or focus on our service. We may also be distracting other people from their services because our emotional setup is not correct at this state. So we should give some time to ourselves. At the same time, we can and we should talk to the devotees. So that's not condemned or anything. So you should talk and you should take guidance and seek some clarifications if you needed to. But the point is, yeah, physically we may not be able to go to temple. One should not circumambulate in front of Sri Krishna. So again, deity circumambulation is allowed, and we'll read about that, but not circumambulating itself. One should not bow down on one hand. We also discuss about that some people have japa mala in their right hand and then they do different sort of postures just to avoid not to touch the mala to the ground, which is good. The best thing is just take the mala out, do the pranam and take the mala back. One should not accept prasad before the deity. One should never speak a lie. One should not talk very loudly before the deity. Again, his deities are alive there. So we read all this page, and I think we started on this page. So let's start quickly. Someone can read the first. Did we do 14 and 15? I can't remember. No. Okay. So let's start from this page. Anyone like to read the first 5 on this page?
Can I do it, Prabhuji?
Sure, Mataji.
One should not talk with others before the deity.
So it means basically we can talk, but the topic of the talk should be seva, not at the end. How are you? How is going? This and that. No, that all talk should be outside. The king is there. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is there. No casual talks in the temple unless it relates with the seva, which is fine. Yes, Mataji.
One should not cry or howl before the deity.
Similar point, when our mental emotional setup is not so correct, yeah, just wait. Unless it happens naturally for some sadhus, so they're not trying to show off, tears does come out, and many of you would have witnessed that scenario as well. Yes, Mataji.
One should not quarrel or fight before the deity.
That's definitely, and one sadhu was saying even at home that applies. So not only in the temple, at home as well, you should be very respectful to your home deities as well. Yeah, they are not installed deities, but they are our worshipable, loving deities. So yeah, not quarrel, even loudly talking in front of deities. So if there are some of those emotions, better you get out in some other room and talk in a respectful way. Yes.
One should not chastise anyone before the deity.
The point here is deities are the supreme. So again, we may correct a little child for something, but in a very, nice, loving way, rather than in an angry way. That's not very nice.
One should not be charitable to beggars before the deity.
Again, Supreme Personality of Godhead is there. So again, there are many beggars, especially in India, you find outside temple, not inside. So inside, definitely, Krishna is the Supreme. And if you are giving something, it's the Krishna's prasad which we are giving. So again, understanding our situation. Yes, Mataji.
One should not speak very harshly to others before the deity.
Similar point is coming back. Some points are sort of repeated. That means they are very important and we should imbibe them as best as possible. Yes, Mataji.
One should not wear a fur blanket before the deity.
Again, the point is don't over decorate yourself. Again, to become the center of attraction. You should decorate yourself. You should go in front of deities very nicely. Many devotees follow that, and which is very good actually. They dress up properly, not like in a casual sleeping gown or something. The point here is we are not the center of attraction. It says in Bhagavatam, gopis used to dress themselves for Krishna's pleasure. So the point is, whatever is giving Krishna's pleasure that we can do. But if it is for our pleasure, look at my dress is very expensive, and people will come and say, oh, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji or Mataji, your dress is looking. That should not be the point. If that's the point, that's not appropriate because that doesn't serve Krishna. So fur blanket or similar things, basically, not I am a unique one in the temple. No, I'm just one servant in the temple. Thank you, Mataji. Maybe someone else can read the next 5. Giriraj Prabhu.
One should not pass air before the TT.
That's quite obvious. We all understand that. Yeah, next.
One should not
Eulogize.
eulogize or praise anyone else before the DT.
Again, a great person, say, for example, a politician may come in and you start glorifying the politician from deities. That's an offense, actually. Deities are the king. They are the supreme person. Now, what happens if a devotee comes in, a senior devotee comes in, and will read one offense is, you must praise him, especially if your spiritual master comes in. So the point here is to be understood that you can praise in your mind as well. And you can praise in different ways. Praise doesn't have to be explicit from your mouth when everyone else can hear. The point is, deities are the most important aspect in the temple room. Yes,
So,
Prabhu.
Prabhu, in front of deities, we can praise about our spiritual master or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We'll talk about that, Prabhu.
Okay.
Just keep going. Yeah.
Okay. One should not speak any ill names before the deity.
That's obvious. Any foul language, some people use some foul words. Definitely, not even in private, but in front of deities, no way. Very, very respect. Deities are live, present there. Yes, Prabhu.
One should not fail to worship the deities according to one's means.
Like we give this example, Mani Maharaj gave, for us is palak paneer and for deities is elaichi dana or some sugar candy. So whatever your means is, rich or poor, whatever your condition may be, but as best as possible, try to do something for the deity. Prabhupada was asked once, how should we know if we are advancing? And the response of Prabhupada was, when you go in front of deities, you should feel deities are asking you, what are you doing for me? Usually we ask deities, what are you doing for me? So many problems are going on in life. You're not looking at me. This is happening wrong. This is happening wrong. We always keep complaining to deities. We have this victim mentality. I'm the only victim in the world. Everyone is happy except me. So it's all about me, 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 me. But Prabhupada said, so your center should be deities are asking. Now that's a pretty big statement by Prabhupada. What can I do? Okay, I can clean the floor. I can't do too much. Okay, I can clean the floor. Charnamrit is spilled on the floor. I can just clean up that. The jug of the Charnamrit, the water jug is empty. Let me go and fill it up. Any small things which we can do. The point here is, whatever I can do, I should try to do. Maybe I can't do big things, I can do small things. So do something when you go to temple. Prabhupada also said, whenever you come to temple, you must bring something for Krishna. Must bring. So even if it's an apple or a small flower, which doesn't cost any money, bring something. The point again, I'm going to a very special person's house. You go to your friend's house, you take, some sweet box or something you take. Someone comes to your house, you give something, just out of respect and love. So when you go into the deities, you should never go empty handed. So try whatever little is possible, but make a habit, especially in kids, we should inculcate this habit. Beta, you have to take something for the deity, and they may start picking some flowers or leaves or something simple. Can be a fruit, can be milk, whatever is possible. Try.
If we can't take Prabhu, we donate money. That is also okay.
Yeah, that's also part
because
of
we try to donate something, right? Every time we visit Radha Gopinath.
So some devotees keep some coin bag in their car. Actually, sometimes looking for the coins. So please carry. I go to the bank and get the coins, especially for this purpose. Keep in your car so that you're not running out. You're looking for some coins. Yeah, you can offer $100 note in your wallet. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the point is, give something. That's the point. What can we give? What can we give to Supreme Personality of Godhead? The point is, this is our respect
Exactly.
for him. Okay, Prabhu, next.
One should not eat anything which is not offered first to Krishna.
Very obvious principle, but again, coming here so that we should not forget it. Sometimes even devotees take it very casually, especially where the food is made is also very, very important, emphasized by our acharya. So we should not eat anywhere and everywhere, thinking, okay, yeah, when the plate comes in front of you, you say Om Shri Vishnu, Om Shri Vishnu, Om Shri Vishnu. Yeah, that can be done in emergency situations, but not in casual situations. Prabhupada never liked going to restaurants and all these shops. Even in Vrindavan, there are many statements of Prabhupada's what to speak of outside. So yeah, be careful just for casual eating out. Prabhupada and our acharyas does not recommend that. In emergency, yep, it's fine, but normal situation, cook prasad, go to some devotee's house, exchange some prasadam. That's the best way of nourishing our soul. Acharya Nishtha Prabhu, you have a question or comment?
Yes, Prabhuji, there is always a confusion around this. Like, we don't make bread at home. And similarly, most of the time, the temptation of having a chips is always there. So these two are the main thing. Like, it's very very difficult. There is a bread makers also, but it just has been very impractical to implement it.
Yes.
What is your suggestion?
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Again, strict guidelines are no, N-O, no, by sannyasis and Prabhupada. But the lenient section is minimize as much as possible. Now, for all the practical reasons, we live in this Western world and many things are not practical all the time. Again, minimize it. Try to avoid as much as possible. And if something is just for taste, definitely not. If someone is a need of the day because both husband, wife working, kids are going to school and coming back in the house sometimes may be impractical. So minimize it, Prabhuji. That's the answer. But from sannyasi's perspective, it's a strict no.
Should that
And
be
yeah,
offered? If we take the bread,
some devotees have a rule, and again, I'm not centralizing this. They do not offer anything which they have not cooked themselves. Some devotees buy a bread and they offer, obviously by looking at all the ingredients and all that. But yeah, but sannyasi, my Guru Maharaj actually said, sannyasis cannot have it and others should not have it. You know what I'm saying? So, but for some devotees, he said, no, you should not
yeah.
also have it. He said that. So basically, the point is no breads, no pasta sauce and this and that sauce because it's easy. No, you make it at home. Make it at home. And again, not every time is practical. So yes, minimize it that this is just an emergency situation I can accept, not in a luxury basis. Chips, make it at home. And for bread, I highly recommend to meet with Gopesh Prabhu, Girish Prabhu. He is one of the best bread makers. He made bread for my Guru Maharaj. He'd done many times, but one of the time which I specifically remember, I took bread to my Guru Maharaj for his flight. He liked sandwich, and he said, "This outside bread." He just asked because it was super good. I said, "No, Maharaj is made by devotee," and he was very impressed. He said, "Wow, that's very nice, huh?" You cannot distinguish from Acharya Prabhu between outside bread and Girish Prabhu's bread. So I can give his phone number. Ragvi Mataji is here. She can help you. Probably she also knows. I'm not sure. There are many expert devotees, and once you start making it becomes a part of life. I know many devotees, they make bread at home regularly, and they're very good at it.
The
Yeah.
pioneer of bread making actually was Akhanda Rasa Prabhu. He started
Oh,
20
actually,
years
yes, Akhand
back.
Rasa Prabhu as well. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
20 years back, he used to
20
make
years.
bread for himself, and then he taught many devotees.
So here we are in front of us. We have a devotee. Sorry, I forgot Akhand Rasa. I have tasted Akhand Rasa Prabhu's bread as well.
We should have a
So
bread making class, Prabhu.
bread making class, absolutely. After Bhakti Shastri class, cooking class, yoga class. Actually, it's a part of our lifestyle. So yeah, it's not a joke. It's a true thing. Many practical things. Many devotees don't know how to wear dhoti, for example, and that's fine. We should help each other. And wherever we can. It's a service to Krishna. We should not think, oh, ek ghanta barbad jayega. No, actually, it's a service to Krishna's devotee. You're bringing devotees closer to Krishna through that little seva. We should not hesitate. Whatever is appropriate time, we can meet up and yeah, exchange some prasad and some kirtan as well. Why not? So Akhand Rasa Prabhu, requests are coming to you for bread making classes. Okay, good question. Okay, should we carry on the next point? Just one point for the fruits, Prabhupada said, yes, that you can buy anywhere in any moment, but chips and other things, yeah, try to minimize once in 6 months or something. Chocolate also, same thing. Sannyasis don't accept, but for us as well, as much as possible, minimize it. And I can give many points on chocolate as well. I don't want to distract the NOD class for the chocolate, but the point here is minimize. It's not the absolute worst thing in the world, definitely not. But at the same time, they are not seen as very favorable things, especially the adults. They can easily avoid. Yes, Ujjwala Samataji or Prabhuji.
Prabhu, in Vrindavan, there are many restaurants which offer bhoga to the Lord. So we tend to eat there. So that's all right,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's all right. Again, as much as practical. There are liberal views and there are very conservative views. Point is, it must be offered to Krishna. And if you don't know, I said all the time, anytime in Ekadashi, some people ask, should I do this or not? My principle is very simple. If you are confused, step back. Simple as that. You're not going to die if you don't eat that opulent prasad. If you don't use jeera, you're not going to die. That's fine, right? But again, you can confirm. If any doubts are there, step back, keep it simple. There are so many things which we can do. We just get stuck into these little things sometimes. So the principle should be maintained, and then yeah, if you're alone, you don't have any other option, yeah, go to a restaurant, get something, offer, and hope next meal will be a good prasad. Yeah. Okay, let's move forward. We have also discussed, I'm just remembering 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which sets up some principle, but Chaitanya Prabhu says, again, the principle of prasad should be maintained rather than more about it should not be cooked more than 3 hours and yeah, all those things. Like devotees carry biscuits or cookies with them, devotees carry bread with them. So they have to carry those things. They are cooked more than 3 hours before. So we are living in this modern culture, but again, the principle of prasad, cooked properly, offered properly, and then honored properly. That's all. The rest of the details should be managed, time, place, circumstances. Okay, let's move forward. 25, any other devotee can go for next 5? Anyone?
One should not speak any ill names before the deity.
We have done Prabhu 26. 26, you can go.
One should not fail to offer fresh fruit and grains to Krishna according to the season.
Yes, we understand that as much as nowadays it's all frozen fruits. What to do? Do your best.
After food has been cooked, no one should be offered any food stuff unless it is first offered to the deity.
Yeah, we understand that.
One should not sit with his back toward the deity.
So we understand that now sometimes in the temple, for practical reasons, it may not be possible. But again, we should not ignore this principle. I've seen sometimes devotees just to ignore this, although there's so much space and they can reposition themselves, but they just ignore. So the principle should be maintained. I understand Janmashtami, Ramnavami, it can be very, very crowded and you may have to put your back towards the deity. But many times there are opportunities where we don't have to put our back towards the deity. So try to do that. Try to remember. It's a simple thing. It's just a respect to the deity. So you can sit in like a middle position, not towards not back towards Prabhupada or the deity. So you're looking towards the wall basically. So if that's possible, please do that. Yeah.
Prabhuji, just quick question on that. Even one day I may be wrong. It's just my observation that Ghanshyam Prabhuji even was not inclining to use to put knees in towards the deities.
Sorry, what was that?
Knees, go down.
Knees. Yeah.
So
yeah.
He want to be posture in that way that knees
Yeah.
is not going towards that.
Yes. See, so Radhanath Maharaj says details is a sign of advancement. So the more you advance, you start becoming more and more conscious about deities, about devotees, about the sound levels. Some kids sometimes go running here and there, and parents literally don't say anything while class is going on. It's not good. Parents must look after their kids. It's not kids' fault at all. If parents are there, they just leave the kids. All those things should be very well managed while we are in the temple. We are in a place where Supreme Personality of Godhead is right in front of us. Deities are not just a statue, they are live. And devotion service is all about our attitude. It's not how many shlokas you know. It's not how big classes you give and all those things. It's nothing to do with that. It's about our attitude toward devotees and his deities and towards his devotees. So if our attitude is correct, we are sensible, we'll avoid offenses, and Krishna likes that. The devotee is being very respectful to my devotee and to myself. That's all it is about. So all these knowledge actually comes down to our devotional attitude. It's nothing to do with your dress or your external big kanti or even danda. So this is what it is. So yes, Ghanshyam Prabhu is saying that, and I've seen actually many other things of Ghanshyam Prabhu as well. He has said it, he has done it in front of me. Just he's very sensible, very, very sensible. So if we behave, with laziness, you can understand devotees don't like it. Many times sannyasis don't say anything, but they observe. I've personally been chastised by sannyasis for doing many stupid things. I'm being honest, many stupid things. But I loved it because once they corrected me, I got it. What I was not supposed to do. Because if they don't correct me, then I don't know. I wasn't meant to do those things, but some putting my step here and there, touching this thing, not putting the clothes properly, not wrapping up the shawls, disrespectful to instruments, for example, or to the book. Sometimes people put Bhagavad Gita on their lap and they read. It's not good. Your feet should not be touching Bhagavad Gita. Put a blanket or a cushion or something. So your feet, any lower to your waist, your mala, your book should not touch lower to your waist part. So it's just a very general thing. Many times we don't know, and that's fine. But yeah, we should try to know and try to follow simple things. So we should be very grateful to these devotees who are telling us these things. We should never get upset. ये तो बहुत फंसी है. No, they are right. This is all in the Shastra.
Prabhuji did not tell me, but I just observed it. He was moving himself many times in that position. Yeah. One should not offer obeisances silently to the spiritual master, or in other words, one should recite aloud the prayers to the spiritual master while offering obeisances.
So many times devotees do this. You can hear them praying to the spiritual master, which is correct. Sometimes they don't. So actually, we should recite aloud, but it should not be so loud that 10 meters behind the wall people can hear you. And I have seen that as well. Some devotees, when they chant their Guru Pranam mantra, which is very nice, very loudly. So it should not be very loud, should not be silent. That means we are again being respectful to our spiritual master, not that sometimes mechanically we bow down and get up. Many devotees I've seen, they bow down and they get up. No, when you bow down, you have to chant mantra. How many mantras do you chant? Which mantras do you chant? It's a separate class. But you must chant at least, if you don't have a spiritual master, like Prabhupada is a spiritual master, Prabhupada mantra at least, Panchatattva mantra, you must chant. And as per this statement, you must chant Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhudre Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namne, like that at least. Not be too loud, because when it's too loud, then you're disturbing other devotee who's chanting his Guru Pranam mantra. Suppose you are from spiritual master A, he's from B and C, so everyone's mantra will clash with each other, but just little loud, which is also a sign of respect. Okay, Vijay Gopi Mataji, you have a question?
Yes, Prabhu. When somebody is taking Bhagavatam class or any other class, so we normally chant the pranam mantras. Can we chant even our Guru pranam mantra when we take Bhagavatam class in a big assembly?
Okay, when you are taking Bhagavatam class, can you chant your own Guru Pranam mantra? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes. So the answer is yes. So you can chant, you should chant. Sometimes Sripala Prabhu said that we may not offer all the mantras explicitly. And I have done it personally as well, because time, place, circumstances. Suppose I'm going in a preaching program with a lot of non-devotees are there. I try to make Mangalacharan very short. I try to do it in car, sometimes at home, sometimes before entering into the hall. So you should be, again, sensitive. If you're chanting, 20 mantras, Sanskrit mantras, it doesn't make sense, and people get lost actually from the very beginning. I've seen even Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj just chanting Om Agyanti Vrindasya 3 times. Again, there are different examples. There is no set rule. Point is, you must offer obeisances to Prabhupada and your spiritual master before doing that seva. How you do that? That may vary, time, place, and circumstances. So depending on the crowd. So I've also heard from Lal Govind Prabhu. He chants Mangalacharan in the car, because his Mangalacharan, he says, takes around half an hour. So different devotees do different. Again, is to seek blessings of our acharyas before we do the seva. So, but how much explicitly you will do in the class itself, that will vary, and that's fine. If someone doesn't explicitly chant his guru's mantra, he's already done it. So don't think he's not doing it. He's already done it. I personally also follow many times, depending on the time, place. If a devotee class is there, okay, full on, no problem. But yeah, non-devotees class, many time in devotee class also, you're running out of time from the very beginning, the clock. So, but the point is, you must chant. If you don't have a spiritual master, Prabhupada mantra, Panchatattva mantra must be chanted. Hare Krishna mantra must be chanted. Is that okay, Mataji?
Thank you.
And even if you chant explicitly, absolutely fine. It's your spiritual master. You're seeking blessings. This is a must thing to do. Okay. Can we go to the next? Acharya Prabhu.
One should not fail to offer some praise in the presence of the spiritual master.
Haribol. So now we see here number 30. One should not fail to offer some praise in the presence of spiritual master. So you're offering praise to spiritual master. And if you look at the other rule, which was not praise someone else, which one was that? Number 22. So number 22 is one should not praise anyone else before the deity. Number 30 is saying one should not fail to offer some praise. So does it look like a contradiction? Number 22 and 30? Yes or no? Yes. So how do we understand that? So one statement is saying we should not praise anyone. One statement is saying we should praise your spiritual master. So it's,
Praise only the devotees, maybe. Praise only the devotees, not. Praise only the devotees, not anyone else.
actually the word here used, Mataji, 30, number 30 is spiritual master. The word is not devotees here.
Because spiritual
Spiritual master is equal to, I mean, he is almost equal to Krishna. Maybe.
representation of Krishna.
Yes, because
Yeah.
what his spiritual master is doing, what's his role? Primary role is to take us back to Krishna. He is the representative of Krishna. Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastrai. Acharyam Mam Vijaniyam. So Krishna is saying spiritual master is as good as me. So here we are not praising anyone else. It is Krishna's representative which we are praising. Now, if you see Mangala Arati time, what do we sing? What do we sing in Mangala Arati in Radha Gopinath temple? Guru Ashtak. We sing Guru Ashtak, isn't it? Guru Ashtak is a praise of Krishna or a praise of spiritual master?
Spiritual master.
The spiritual master. So you are praising officially every day in front of Krishna. As soon as Krishna gets up, what does he hear? Not his praises. Krishna, you are great. No, spiritual master, you are great. So we are doing that officially every day. But by doing that, are we pleasing Krishna or displeasing Krishna? By praising our spiritual master or spiritual master in general, we are pleasing Krishna, because Krishna likes his devotees' glory more than his own glory. And this devotee is a very, very dear servant of Krishna. Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastrai. Kintu Prabhorya Priya Evatasya. So he is very, very priya. He is very, very dear to Krishna. And what does he do? He increases our bhakti. So we are praising not only a specific spiritual master, but the bhakti aspect of spiritual master. And who is bhakti? Srimati Radharani. So when we praise Srimati Radharani, or representative of Radharani's bhakti, which is our spiritual master, do you think Krishna is displeased? No, he's very, very pleased. We sing Guru Aarti as well. Sometimes if a spiritual master is physically present, we do Vyas Puja in front of the deities. So here, this is not anyone else. So when we say anyone else, it is anyone else. But when we say spiritual master is a very, very special person, we praise Prabhupada. all the time. We praise our spiritual master, or we sometimes glorify Prabhupada's different acts. So all these acts are under bhakti. Bhakti is Srimati Radharani, and when we do that, it is not displeasing, rather it is pleasing to the Lord. So it becomes conducive to your devotional service. But if you praise anyone else, a rich person comes, I don't want to name anyone, right, who gives $1 million, and you start praising him, that is an offense. That is an offense, just because that person has given money for the temple seva. So you understand the principle here. So spiritual master is as good as Krishna. So his praise or his deeds praise are all part of the seva. Okay. 31. Anyone? Acharya Prabhu, we can just continue 2 more.
One should not praise himself before the spiritual master.
This is very obvious, but sometimes people forget, and that's not very nice. Again, you are trying to become center of attraction. We should never do that. Absolutely not. But especially in front of your spiritual master, no matter how many PhDs do you have. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, when he went for initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, the first thing Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, "You are one of the best scholars of India. I am an illiterate person. I'm a Mutha Chap. I don't even know how to read and write my name. You going to take initiation from me? Are you okay? Your mental setup is okay?" That's the first thing he said. But what did Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj said that time, Vimla Prasad? No. You are one of the most advanced devotees present on the earth today. And it will be my great fortune to take initiation from you. And he said, I am a fool. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went for initiation to Ishwarpuri, what did Ishwarpuri say to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? This is Chaitanya Charitamrita. You are a fool. You have no adhikar to read Vedanta. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He said that. You are a fool. Now, who's saying? Ishwar Puri telling to Supreme Personality of, you are a fool, so you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You don't have adhikar on Vedanta. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started chanting Hare Krishna, he went back to his spiritual master. He said, Ki mantra dila Gosai? Which mantra Gosai you have given? Acharya, which mantra you have? Japate, japate, man hue pagal. By chanting the mantra, my mind has become mad. And the Acharya said, that's very nice. It's working. How many of us got mad after getting initiation? Tell me. Anyone got mad here? Everyone is laughing, but it's other way. We should be crying why we are not mad yet. Why we are not mad yet. But we are laughing, we are not mad yet, so we are fine. Actually, we are not fine. So Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj said, if you are normal as per the worldly standards, you are abnormal. From worldly standards, you should become abnormal. Then it's very nice. So the point here is, chanting should take over our mind, our life. Everything should be taken over by devotional service. But it's not happening because many of us, if not all, are not serious about devotional life, even after 2 decades of service. So that's very unfortunate. So no praising himself. And Arjun also says in Mahabharata, if you praise Atma Shlagha, means praising himself, is considered as committing suicide. So if you ever praise yourself in front of anyone, as per Mahabharata, as per Arjuna, it's in Hitopadesha as well, Chanakya as well says that it's like committing suicide. So we are not so great. Krishna is great. Prathu Maharaj tells the Sut and Magas, do not praise me. Till the time you have the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, do not praise me. He's a king. He has full right. The guy has been hired to do that job, and they are doing their job nicely. And King Prathu is the incarnation of Lord. His glories are real. But he is also saying, do not praise me. Praise Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we die to hear our own glory. प्रभु क्या बोला आपने? फिर से कहेंगे, कानों में शहद के समान लगता है सो कथा. And someone praises us, Prabhu, you are so good. Maybe he's just lying. And maybe he's being respectful, but we should not take the glories ourselves. Huh? If some good thing was there, we should give credit to our spiritual master or the other devotees. I have learned this from other devotees. And that's true. That is absolutely true. We are learning from others and we are trying to share the same thing. Prabhupada said, I presented the knowledge as it is. We're not supposed to add something or delete something. Yeah, time, place, and circumstances. We can make that subject matter relevant to the crowd. That's all we can do, relevant to the crowd. But other than that, we are just learning from our acharyas and sharing that. So where is our glory? Where is our glory? And devotees are so nice, they still glorify us. We should not take those glories. We don't deserve it. And Chaitanya Prabhu also says, our glories are very limited, even if they are there. They may be here today, gone tomorrow. Today you are able to speak, tomorrow the speaking capacity may be taken away. So why should we get bogged up with all these little things? You may have some glories, that's nice. It may be gone tomorrow. Krishna can take it away in 1 second. So we are not so glorious. Krishna is always eternally glorious. So let's glorify Krishna and his devotees. Okay, last one.
One should not deride the demigods before the deity.
So deride means ridicule. Sometimes, and you may have heard it or seen it as well. Devotees disrespect demigods as if they are like normal humans. They are not. They are personally chosen by Krishna in the universal government. They are very, very big people, very pious people. They may not be pure devotees. So are we pure devotees? We say, oh, demigods are not pure devotees. Yeah, that's fine. Indra is not pure devotee. Brahma, Bhai Sahab, are you pure devotee? Who has given you right to ridicule this demigod? So definitely not. They are dear kids of Krishna. Whenever they have problem, they go to Krishna. They make mistakes, that's fine. But it says once in a day of Brahma, Indra may have made 1 or 2 mistakes. How many mistakes we do on a daily basis? Just count your own mistake, then you point out to Indra. So the mistakes of Indra sometimes are given in Shastra that even the personality like Indra make mistakes. So who are we? They also get attracted to opposite gender. So we can also be fall prey to these things. So this is the example given in Shastra so that we don't make the mistake rather than criticize Indra or Brahma. I've heard in a Radha Govind Maharaj class as well. Maharaj gave this Brahma Vimohan Leela as per Shastra, beautiful class. And after the class, he apologized to Lord Brahma in the class. I heard it myself. He said, Lord Brahma, if I have made a mistake, please forgive me. I'm a conditioned soul. He said that in the class. He's an authority. So he did the class, and I don't think so any statement was made which was ridiculing Brahmaji or anything. He just said Shastric pastime, but he apologized. I was so impressed, so impressed. So we should never ever disrespect any demigod in any circumstances. None of our business. We are not authority. They are great devotees. Again, we don't follow them to become one of them or to stay with them. Our worshipable deity is Krishna, but they are also very, very high jivas. They get darshan of Krishna more frequently than us. Krishna gives them darshan so many times in Bhagavatam, it's mentioned. So yeah, be respectful to all the jivas, definitely to demigods. Okay, so these are from,
Prabhu,
yes,
Prabhu,
Mataji.
so tomorrow is Shivaratri. Should we be celebrating or fasting for it?
Hare Krishna. Can we discuss this little later? We'll save 5 minutes towards the end of the class and then we can discuss that. Okay. Thank you, Mata. Good question. It should be a whole class in itself. We'll talk about it. Please, Sundar Gopal Prabhu, Charu Mataji, please remind me. I'll stop 5-7 minutes before. Okay, so these are the 32 list which is given from agamas, different agamas. We don't have the sources of those agamas, but they are agamas. Agamas, Aranyakas, they are the part of Vedas basically. So if you don't know, they are from Vedas. So okay, so now we have Puranas, 29 Seva Prat from Purana. There are some common one, maybe some different one. We'll quickly read and see if there are some uncommon ones. Anyone can read first 5?
I can read it, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Sure, sure.
One should not touch the deity in a dark room.
So we understand deities are resting. We should not touch them. So deities again are live. Some devotees try not to even make noise if deities are sleeping in that room. See whatever best possible for you, but give them full space, full privacy, full respect. Prabhupada also said when deities are resting, we should not even offer obeisances to the deities. So suppose you arrive Radha Gopinath temple at 2 p.m. Radha Gopinath is resting. As per Prabhupada, we should not offer full obeisances. Why? Prabhupada said because deities are live, right? They want to reciprocate, like they want to get up and give blessing, but they are sleeping. So you're disturbing in their rest. So please be mindful of these things. Again, deities are also person and you may not have opportunity to come back. All those things are there. But the point is 2 p.m. Radha Gopinath is sleeping. So please do your best not to disturb them. they can still offer accept your pranams from outside just by folding hand. If you offer full pranams, they want to give full blessings. And at the same time, if you reverse this statement of Prabhupada, you see, when you offer pranam to the deity are reciprocating actually. So we should not just take it mechanically, and we are thinking about what's in the prasadam outside. Am I going to miss out on prasadam while doing pranam? No. While doing pranam, think about Krishna prasadam will come. If it is in your destiny, it will come. It will come. Don't worry about anything else. Huh? Who will miss out and who will see you or not see you? It doesn't matter. Straight away, go to temple. Many times devotees start talking at the door. Go straight inside. Anything else, anyone else, Prabhu, I'll get back to you. I've not seen the deities yet. Go inside, do the pranam, spend 5 minutes with deities, then come out, do your seva, which is fine. But the point here is doing pranam to the deity, looking at the deity, taking charanamrit, doing pranam to Prabhupada are very, very important activity. Don't just do it mechanically in 5 seconds and come out. They are the head of that house. One devotee told me maybe 20 years ago, very nice. He said, when you come here, you tell Gopinath. When you go here, go from here, you tell Gopinath. Very simple brahmachari he was. He was in Radhakund these days. Very nice. He very simply said, when you come here, you tell him you are here. And when you are leaving, you tell him that I'm leaving. Because he is the owner, right? When you go to someone's house, you say, Prabhuji, okay, ab main chalta hu. So why not Gopinath? You cannot just walk out from the car park. No, go back, tell Gopinath, okay, Gopinath, I'm going. Or in your house, you must tell your deities when you're getting out, when you get. He's the owner. You tell him, tell your master, I'm going to market to buy some veggies for you. I'm going to drop your kid to the school. I have come back. Look at me. Why not? If Gopinath looks at you, what else is remaining? So talk to the deities and they will talk to you. So nice. Okay, Mata, please continue.
Just a quick question.
Yes, please.
Same question like you mentioned. So when you're saying when we sometimes go to temple and literally darshan close, so that time we can pray obeisance, so it's only meant
So
when
if
you
it's
see.
immediately closed, like a minute before, deities are still getting ready. But if they're resting, let them rest.
Yes, normally around 12:30 Aarti or 1 o'clock temple darshan close and deities goes on sleep for after nap. So
So
avoid.
pujaris take 10 minutes, something like that. So if you just arrive, curtain closed a minute before, that's fine. But don't disturb them after 15 minutes or something.
So you say even say around 2 p.m. and resting. So
Yeah.
no full obeisance, only half
No.
obeisance.
Yes.
Or no
Just
obeisance.
pranam by hand, actually. Do
Okay.
pranam to Prabhupada. Do pranam to Prabhupada. Prabhupada is there. Do pranam to Vaishnavas, but to the GTs, just do pranam. Just out of respect. Yeah.
No, makes
It's
sense.
not you're being lazy. Do Prabhupada pranam, Vaishnava pranam at the door you do. If Tulsi Rani is there, pranam to Tulsi and all those things. But deities pranam. Just fold your hands.
Yes, because
Uttam
we
Shloka
didn't know
Prabhu
that.
also
Good
said the
point.
same thing. Yeah.
That's a very good point too. We didn't know that. I normally do obeisance when even his darshans are closed.
Many of us do these things again, out of respect, but we don't know. That's not aparad. Yeah, we didn't know. But now we are reading this, so we can try.
Sure, thank you.
Prabhu, same principle applies when we are leaving the temple. We offer our pranam to Srila Prabhupada and then folded hands because the curtains are mostly closed when we leave.
Yeah.
So folded
that's
hands
the
to the Lord
situation.
and then leave.
Yeah. If Prabhupada's deities are open, you offer full pranam to Prabhupada. That pranam is for Prabhupada. Prabhupada is there. Now, if Prabhupada curtain is also closed, then we do the final pranam, at 9:20 or something. And then that's it. Now Prabhupada is resting. But you do Vaishnava pranam. At the door, as soon as you enter, Vancha Kaltarvasha. As soon as you're leaving the door, Vancha Kaltarvasha. That must be done even if no devotees are there, because some cockroaches may be there. They are Vaishnavas. They're living inside the temple hall. We are not. We are greater Vaishnavas. So you must offer Vancha Kaltarvasha at the door, entering and leaving. Must. So first pranam to Vaishnava. First pranam, then to Prabhupada. So at the door, Bhakti Charu Maharaj said that. Anyway, there's a whole etiquette class. We can enter some other time, but yeah, some principles here are nice. Okay, Mataji, maybe you can continue.
One should not fail to strictly follow the rules and regulations in worshipping the deity.
Now, this is more for pujaris basically. So pujaris also cannot be lazy, but many of us are not pujaris. We're not trained well. But when you do that seva, do it nicely, even at home. Whatever your procedures are, and it can be simple at home. But yeah, no laziness basically. Time, place, circumstances, things may change. Yeah? Okay.
One should not enter the temple of the deity without first making some sound.
We understand the principle. We have bells at the door. My Guru Maharaj said these bells sometimes we ring while coming out. He said, no, the bell should be rung before going in. Why? The bell is not for the Lord that I'm coming in. Many times people have this misconception. Bell is not for the Lord. Lord, such a big person is coming in. No, bell is for us that we are entering into a very sacred space. It's very respectful. Krishna is present there. Devotees are, it's a serious business. You are entering into that room. So bell is to remind us that we are entering into a great place. So bell, if there is available one bell on the door, which in India, you see every temple you go, there's there. We used to go to temple just to ring the bell. Big, big ghanta. Bing, bing. So much we used to do. And our elders will say, Abhi ho gaya. We're more interested in ghanta and prasad, not in any other thing. Ghanta bajana hai aur laddu milna hai, something like that. Anyway, so bell is also very important. Now, for practical reasons in Western world, bells are not available. So we knock the door. We always knock the door. If nothing is there, we clap. Even in home deities, when we go to pick up prasadam, we clap. We make some sound that, So Thakurji is eating, so we are just as a well-behaved person saying, yes, so ho gaya. Gaur Gopal always asks, so ho gaya. He will go and ask, and then he will pick up whatever is relevant for him. The rest he will say, he is still eating. Relevant things, ho gaya. Okay, please continue.
One should not offer any foodstuff to the deity which has been seen by dogs or other lower animals.
So again, this lower animals includes humans as well. The point is, if anyone is looking with the eyes, with the lusty eyes, it says, lusty eyes means I want to have that. That food stuff becomes contaminated, not offerable to the Lord. So again, Pujari should be in a very good state of mind. And many times the kitchen is outside the temple room, so Pujaris put a cover, some sort of towel or a handkerchief before they carry the food to the altar. It's very important. In Jagannath Puri, they strictly follow this. If a dog sees the food, they will discard the whole food and they will not even give to the cows. They will dig a hole and they will put the whole thing in that hole and not give that food to anyone, and they will recook the whole food again if a dog seizes that, and it's considered inauspicious, and the head pujari is questioned, why did it happen? Some impurity is there. So yeah, try to understand the principle and apply whatever best is possible. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, a quick question, maybe a practical one. It may happen in home, like kids may look at something which you're trying to offer.
So
maybe
you have
a
to train
fruit
your
or
kids.
something.
You have to train your kids. Kids are kids, actually. Many times kids are literally very innocent. They may look at it, that's fine, but say, Mr. Kid, this is for Krishna, and he will understand.
And they understand, Prabhu, in like 1 or 2 times because of the
Yeah.
habit. They don't know that
Yeah.
now. I think the kids know as
I
well.
think kids are the sweetest. It's the adults which have problems. Kids may make mistake, but they don't mean to make mistake, but we are mean one. Kids are very nice. Yeah, just train them. And many times again, Jananda Maharaj said about one thing, when Mataji was asking this question in a class, that sometimes kids are very hungry, how long we should offer and all that. So Jananda Maharaj said the same thing. Yeah, offer for 10 minutes, that's like an ideal situation. But if kids are really hungry, just reduce that time little bit. But yeah, try your best, train your kids. And if you train your kids after 2 months, 3 months, they will know. Krishna will take 10 minutes. But again, it should not become a punishment for them. Because that's, sorry to say, it's the father or mother's fault. It's not kid's fault. If he is hungry, you should have arranged it earlier. Simple as that. If he's waiting just because you are late, and then he will say, Krishna will take another 10. Actually, he's going away from Krishna. So actually, it's our fault. We are not providing them on time. So we need to be corrected here, not the kids. Also, Jananda Maharaj said on the same topic, I'll just share that. Maharaj was saying we should cook for the deity's pleasure, not our pleasure. So this Mataji asked, sometimes kids like pizza and pasta, so deities may not like it. So Maharaj said, at home, that can be adjusted. So if your kids like pasta or pizza, Again, Maharaj said this can be adjusted. So it's a very nice sentence. Huh? It's not a standard. So whatever you like, you cook. No, no. Find out from devotees what Krishna likes. I know Mohit Prabhu, for example, he cooks on Radhashtami. Favorite dish of Divya Mata is also there. Favorite dishes of Srimati Radharani. Balram Jayanti comes, they cook for Radharani. Sorry, Balramji. Like that. So we should try to cook for deities, not like what we like every day. No. So slowly we have to change this mentality. Deities are the most important one, and we are just a little servant trying. Okay. Again, at home, there are little flexibilities, but it doesn't mean you break the principle. Okay.
One should not enter the temple wearing garments of red or blue color or garments which are unwashed.
Again, the point is similar of a fur. We should not become the center of attraction. I wear the best dress for Krishna. And we seek acknowledgement from other devotees. आज किसी ने मेरा dress को नहीं बोला. No one looked at my dress. Did you go to temple for that purpose? That's not the best purpose. You go to temple for Krishna's pleasure, for seva. Our visit to temple is for seva. Simple as that. So if seva is not the purpose, again, we have to re-question ourselves. Again, going to temple for any reason is fine. So we're not discouraging, but the point is Krishna is the center of attraction. Krishna is the center of worship or seva. Anything else should not come in the picture. If it is coming in the picture today, it should get reduced tomorrow. That's the point. Okay. Yes, someone else can read. Next 5.
Prabhu, in this one, I just have a question.
Yes, Mataji, please.
So when the intention is that, whenever you buy new clothes or things like that, you only want to wear the special dress only for Krishna. When you're going to the temple, when you're going to meet, but at the same time, you don't want to be the center of attraction as well, but you keep that special dress to be shown by
Absolutely.
Krishna first.
So if your feelings are pure, what others thinking doesn't matter. That's the whole idea. Our feeling should be, we have no control over what others are thinking or saying. But again, at the same time, we should not induce them to say something. And many times, if not all the time, devotees do seek some acknowledgement in those terms. So as far as your feeling is pure, best decorate your body, to be honest. Go in front of Gopinath. It's given by Gopinath. But our intention, gopis, again, example, same example, used to decorate their body, not for their pleasure, for Krishna's pleasure. Yeah, go for it. If that's the purpose, go for it. If that's not the purpose, extremely simple. And you see all these big Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis as well, you will see. Simple cotton sari, simple chadar, simple dhoti, and they look so beautiful actually. They look much more beautiful than any other, ornamented dress or whatever. The beauty is in the character of the person, it's not in the dress, as they say. So if that person is pure, he or she looks beautiful, But if that's the only thing they have, like some dress or something, they don't look beautiful actually. Some people call them beautiful, but they don't look beautiful. So we are there to make ourselves look beautiful actually. Our soul should, the thing is, if you have a bulb or something, a rod or something, you cover with a handkerchief, but the light is coming from inside, that handkerchief will also shine. So if you have purity inside, your body will shine automatically. Your body may be black or maybe not so good looking, maybe not so intelligent. You will shine actually because your inside soul is just happy. You see devotees, you go to the hospital, they're just happy in the hospital. They don't care where they are, how they are getting treated by doctors. They don't care. They're just happy people. They also have pain, obviously, but they're happy. So that happiness bring happiness to others. But because we are not happy inside, as Chaitanya Prabhu says, I can't remember the exact, laughing faces, crying hearts. Your face is laughing, but your heart is crying. And because your heart is so empty, you're looking some what do you call, the thumbs up from others. Oh, you're looking so good. Or you gave such a nice service or something like that. If your heart is full with Krishna, you don't need all these things. They may come, they may not come. Who cares? You're there for Krishna. Example given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. A chaste wife decorates herself for the husband. A chaste wife decorates herself for the husband. Now others may look at her and say, oh, very good. But chaste wife, like we are all supposed to be chaste wives of Krishna, because we are supposed to be chaste to our spiritual master and Radha Gopinath. So when we are chaste, someone may look at us, but then we look beautiful, and then everything else is secondary. I hope it answers the question. I hope I'm not offending anyone here. Please forgive
Prabhu,
me.
can I ask one more?
Yes, Mata, please.
So, Prabhu, I'm not talking about, so my question is regarding appreciation, but it's not about just the external looks. Sometimes you just need appreciation for the purpose of feeling encouraged.
Yes, absolutely.
So, how do
Yeah.
we understand that?
So,
So, when is it to seek self gratification, and it's not for self gratification,
yeah,
more
yeah,
like
I understand. Mother, everyone has these three needs, physical need, emotional need, and spiritual need. So all of us need some physical things as well, right? How can we say we are a devotee now, we stop eating? We are Prabhu, you're not the body, you're the soul. So why are you eating? Huh? Now we can't do that because there is a bodily need. Huh? We all need roti, kapda, and makan. Huh? We don't deny all that. Huh? Emotional needs also, sometimes we are down. We are down. All of us face different challenges in our life. We need some acknowledgement. If you go to a devotee community where no one acknowledges you, how are you going to get encouragement? Even sannyasis I've seen in lectures, I will not name anyone here, say, thank you for encouraging me. And I hear that, I feel, yeah, this is a more human aspect. Huh? So yes, we are transcendental, but we are living in this human body. We are living in Sydney, we're working, we have family, we have challenges, we have problems, we have pains, physical pains as well. How can you deny all that? So we cannot deny, and Rupa Goswami says that 6 exchanges with devotees are allowed. So definitely there's an emotional need, and sometimes, and that's why we need good devotee friends who can uplift us. Prabhuji, Mataji, you're feeling down. What can I do? They can just share all of their heart with you. That's a great seva if you hear them with integrity and offer them some guidance. Again, it can be a physical as well. They need prasadam, they need medication. Go and buy in the market. Don't say, Prabhu, you are in Maya, Prabhu. No, this devotee is struggling. So the point here is emotional needs are there. We cannot deny, and it's perfectly valid. Now, the question which you have asked, Mataji, and if I've understood correctly, when it becomes a gratification, that we have to be careful. Huh? So when devotees are glorifying us and we start taking glories to ourselves, you are the best pujari in the whole Sydney temple, and you really feel like I am the best. When I dress Gopinath, he looks so good. This other Mataji doesn't know how to decorate. When these sort of feelings come, then actually we are just crossing the line now. Huh? So when I do what is skill given by me, I make the best prasad, I give the best kirtan, I give the best class, whatever. That's fine, given by Krishna. When devotees don't appreciate me for my class or kirtan or deity worship, then also I'm happy. Not that I'm looking forward to. आज किसी ने अप्रिशिएट नहीं किया क्लास के बाद किसी ने नहीं बोला प्रभु जी कितना अच्छा क्लास दिया. This is again told by Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He said, I was seeking. He said that in the class, and you must have heard that class as well. And I was again very happy hearing this because they look like more human aspect. Otherwise, they look like sitting in the up in the Everest Parvat. So, but Prabhu said, but then I realized I was doing seva. I was doing this as a seva. While I was preparing for the seva, I was Krishna conscious. While I was giving the class, I was Krishna conscious. After the class, I was not Krishna conscious. Huh? I was self-affirmation conscious. I was looking for thumbs up from devotees.
No, he said that he realized that his happiness depended on
Others.
other people's appreciation.
Yes,
That's what made him
yeah. But
think
that was
more
a
about.
nice point, right? So initially he also said, I had some sort of seeking, and we all seek that, no problem with that. But then you realize actually it's not dependent. And then after a while, 2 years, 3 years, it's not so much about our glories, it's about Krishna's glory. And they really fulfill our hearts. So coming back to your question, Mataji, yes, we need that, and that's perfectly valid, and we should help each other. Sometimes we will help others, sometimes someone will help us, and that's why we need good devotee friends in our society. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says, even if you have one good friend, he said, one good friend, you're very fortunate. So we should have that one good friend because we will go through these ups and downs of our life. So it's not a gratification. Yeah, but we only seek for that. then it becomes gratification. Is that okay? Yeah.
Actually, Radha Gopinath Prabhuji also said
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
What you just said, that to have even one good devotee with whom you can open up the heart, that's an opulence in this lifetime.
Yes. Yes. It's opulence. So in ISKCON, we have hundreds and thousands of devotees, and many devotees know us. But do we have one good friend who is Snigdha, who is Sajatiya, and who can give you shelter? So these three ticks, if you are able to take with someone, have this open heart relationship, it's very nice, very, very nice. It helps us to grow. And we should seek. That's not a gratification. Okay, let's move forward. Which one we are here? Okay, so we've done
Point
5,
Number
6. Anyone else can do?
I'll do it, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Useless flowers without any fragrance should not be offered.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I sometimes, close to my house, there are some flowers that they are useless. Actually, I stopped offering because sometimes they have little insects as well. I don't like. I said rather not offer the flowers. The point is try to get some nice flowers for Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
One should not offer incense without offering some flower.
It said Ghanshyam Prabhu also mentioned that incense and flower must go together. Even if you have one flower, offer that. Again, time, place, circumstances. But yeah, if you can do, that's very nice.
So every time we offer incense, we have to offer flower, Prabhu.
Yes, that's what it says.
Otherwise, just offer giving.
Yes. Now, how many paraphernalia you're offering, Prabhu? That depends. But if you're offering incense, it says flower must accompany the incense.
Because sometimes we don't have what we offer incense. Like
Yeah.
but
I know, again, Western countries a little difficult, but do your best.
no, we can try, Prabhu. Yes, like
Yes,
I know
that's the point, Prabhu. Please
Yeah.
try. Now, some people don't offer incense because of, say, they can't take the smell, for example. Yeah.
Yes.
So that can be a valid scenario. Don't offer the incense, right? But again, do what's best possible for you in your situation. Prabhu, we have 2 hands. Acharya Prabhu.
Probably mine, before my understanding, when I was reading, I had understanding that it says that before you offer incense, it's like, because I've seen a temple that they offer a few flowers before they start the aarti. Is it referring that, or?
Sorry, first they offer flowers. No, they offer incense first.
So no, so they just, it's just like a offering of, not like. So in the temple, maybe my this is just my observation, is before they do aarti, starting an aarti with obviously the incense first, and then.
So that's a decoration flower, Prabhu. There's one
And then
decoration of flowers. One is offering the flower as a part of aarti. So decoration flowers obviously will come beforehand, like devotees make garland and Radha Gopinath is all decorated. That's one part. That's a decoration. Second is when they offer, say, lamp and incense, and then they offer in a plate. They offer, 7 or 10 flowers. So that flower we are talking here, not the decoration part.
So before starting the aarti, they don't
That's a decoration that you can do as you like.
Okay, sure.
So as a part of aarti, we offer certain elements. So flower is one of those elements.
Yes. Thank you.
Sundar Gopal, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, 2 questions related. Sorry.
No problem.
First, just trying to understand the relation between the two, like incense and flowers. When we say,
okay,
if you don't have one, you can't offer the other. So what's
No, not like that. Try to offer both. Don't do the comparisons. If you don't have one, don't offer the other. Don't do that. Yeah. Even if you can do one, do one.
Connection, Prabhuji? Is it like a incense and flower?
It's just like doing 2 rounds. Don't do 1 round, but doesn't mean you don't do 1 round. One is for Radha, one is for Krishna. It's more complete. Now, ideally, we should offer, 5 ghee wicks. In home, I offer only 1, for example. So it's not an aparad, but yeah, they offer 5. You should offer all the elements of aarti, like they offer jal, they offer handkerchief, they offer flower. Even if you can do 1, do that 1. So the point here is not to discourage, but to encourage to do more, better worship.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't deny if you can only do 1, do that 1. Okay. Any service to Krishna is very nice.
Yes, that was our
so
second
take it as a
question.
positive rather than as a negative.
That answers the second question, because Sometimes we are out of flowers, we don't have flowers, then
Most of the time, Prabhu.
yeah.
Most of the time. So when we don't have flower is something that we don't have, but in sense
Yes.
we have. But
Yeah.
something which we don't have, we can't offer what we have also.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So do what you can rather than, because you don't have the second item, you don't even do the first item. Also, some devotees, again, if practical, buy flowers on a weekly basis for Krishna. So they have a section in their fridge where they keep the extra flowers. Again, if there's a possibility, devotees do that actually. So every week they buy, $20, whatever, a bunch of flowers, and they offer two flowers every day. I'm just saying, if that's a possibility, you can do that. Or go to someone's house, beg, borrow, steal. Sorry, I didn't say that. Only Yash Prabhu saying. Okay, you get my point. Okay, Mohit Prabhuji, please, you can.
One should not fail to wash his teeth very carefully every day.
Now you may seem like, okay, what's this point? But acharyas are mentioning that means some people are being so casual. But we understand, we take bath, what to speak of just washing the teeth. Yes, Prabhu, next one.
One should not pass urine or evacuate while engaged in worshipping.
So we all understand that one. Huh? But the point is serious business there. Okay.
One should not enter a temple directly after sexual intercourse.
Okay, so I guess we understand these points. Next 5.
One should not, oh, sorry.
Okay, maybe someone else can do. Anyone? Prasanatma Prabhu, you getting ready? Looking for the
Yes,
unmute
bro.
button. Yes.
Hare Krishna, bro. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So,
11?
11. Okay.
Yeah.
One should not touch a woman during her menstrual period. One should not enter the temple after touching a dead body. One should not break silence while worshipping.
So this is an important point. Many devotees, while doing arti, they speak with their family members, for example. No, when you're on the altar, it's a serious business. Finish your arti and then you speak. Unless someone is dying or something, but there's no need for 7 minutes. Just keep silence and do the full arti. It's a simple thing, but it's important. You're with the altar, and also many actually have said in the Bhagavatam class also we should consider we are on altar. So do not break silence during Bhagavatam class. Do not get up in and out, close door, making noises and all those things, checking phones, WhatsApp during Bhagavatam class. You are on altar while you're a speaker or listener. Now, in this also is a Bhagavatam class. I know some devotees do multitasking. Try. It's a worship. Again, at the end of the day, it's not a force. It's a respect to the deity, to the book, to the Bhagavatam. When we do that, we please the worship. We please Krishna. So again, it's not a mundane task which we are just trying to complete. Kab khatam hoga? Okay, only 2 months to go. The point is you're trying to please Krishna through these little acts. So the more better you do, the better Krishna is pleased and your seva is successful. Otherwise, we may be able to do multitasking, but we are not getting the target of the service. So try, just make your life available for Bhagavatam class, for deity worship, 10 minutes. Just be silent, be with the deity, attend to the deity. Everything else will come later. No problem. Okay, 2 more hands. We'll go quickly, Prabhu. I never thought this will be so many questions on these 2 pages.
Quick question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
That when we're doing Aarti, sometimes we just alone. So at that time we do Aarti at the same time, glorifying, doing a evening Aarti. So would that be considered breaking?
That you're singing. Not sometimes, mainly we're doing Aarti alone. You have to sing the glories of the Lord. So that is not speaking, that is glorifying of the Lord. Yes, Prabhu. I saw one more hand.
Yeah, that was the same question, Prabhu. When we are
Okay.
doing Aarti, singing.
Yeah, that singing is perfectly fine. Yeah, you're singing for the Lord. Okay, let's move forward. Next one.
14. One should not enter the temple after seeing a dead body.
Again, seeing or touching a dead body, yeah, you should purify yourself. Yeah, next.
15. One should not pass air within the temple. 16, one should not be angry within the temple.
We already read that.
Prabhu, on my page, on the point 9, and I like, one should not pass urine or evacuate while engaged in worship. I heard Aindra Prabhu, when he was doing this 24 hours kirtan, whoever was there in that team, they can't drink water or pass urine when they are in that seva. They should do that, and yeah, he was very strict about that.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. So same as I was mentioning for Bhagavatam class, the devotees do for any seva actually. So when they are on the altar does not mean just has to be a physical altar, like on their seva, like you're saying, Andhra Prabhu, Kirtan team, they cannot drink water because if they drink water, they have to go to bathroom.
Yeah.
So he is strict, and that's very nice. So again, this principle should be applied for all the sevas, it's not a casual thing. Do your best. Do your best. Again, at home settings, the things are different. We may have to, go in and out and look after our kids. Now, there are many rules for Matajis as well. We don't want to discuss the whole thing here. But the point here is do your best. Should not be too liberal or too conservative. Especially some young children are there in the family. You have to touch them and change their nappies and all that. So there are rules and regulations, but try to know them. Ask someone, what should I do? And there are very nice explanations as well, which will just not interrupt your day, but will still make your day very beautiful. So try to know those things as well. Yes, Sundar Gopal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, on point number 14, one should not enter the temple after seeing a dead body. Sometimes it may happen that you're driving towards the temple and you might,
not in
maybe someone
Australia.
might pass next to you. Then
in India, I remember my mom telling me when I was very young, not to even see the dead body. I didn't know the rules for that, but there it comes. So you become contaminated again, not physically, Prabhuji, but mentally, because someone may be again crying and you may also get emotional by seeing them. So there are possibilities of you getting contaminated, or that dead body may make a big impression. Siddharth, which became Gautam Buddha later on, had an impression of the dead body. He did not touch it, he just saw the dead body and he had a deep impression in his mind. So yeah, don't see these things casually. If it happens to be.
What my question was, Prabhu, I mean, especially in India, when you're in India, and you're going towards the temple, and you might.
If it is not possible to take bath, you take mental bath, mantra bath, basically. Yeah. The point is, do your best.
Okay.
Yeah. My Guru Maharaj said devotee should take bath 3 times a day. Then he said, but you can't carry your bathroom with you. He's traveling all the time. So he said, I can't carry the bathroom. So you understand the point.
Sure.
So when it's possible, you take 3 times. If it's not possible, you don't take 3 times. What to do? He gave example of in airports, he's traveling alone many times. He has to carry his bead bag in the bathroom. He said, if I leave it outside, they will burn to ashes. Security guards will come. You can't do that, right? You have to carry. You have no other choice there. So you don't understand the principle is we don't take it in the bathroom, but what do we do at the airport when you're alone? You're there for Krishna Seva. Take it. Take it. Do what you need to do when you come home, wherever. If you can take bath, take bath. If you can't take bath, you're in a taxi another 4 hours. What are you going to do? Keep moving. At the end of the day, you're trying to serve Krishna at the best of your capacity. There should not be any laziness. At the same time, practicality has to be maintained. That's the whole idea. Okay, let's move forward. Last page. Hopefully, there are many points are common. Anyone else can start? Namatar Prabhu, would you like to?
I can read.
Okay, anyone. Doesn't matter.
17, one should not enter the temple after visiting a crematorium.
It's quite obvious. We understand that. Yep.
18, one should not belch before the deity. So until one has fully digested his food, he should not enter the temple.
So we understand that one. Dakar lena, khake, have eaten a big plate of prasad. Again, many devotees you see here in our Radha Gopinath temple, they are so strict. 2 hours or 3 hours before, they do not accept any prasad, not even water. I know one devotee who stops drinking water at 12 o'clock. He drinks water at 11 p.m. then, because he has 11 hours of seva in the temple, and 2 hours before, he doesn't want to accept no water for 11 hours every week, once a week. So 10 to 11 hours, he does not drink even water. Because when he takes bath at home, then he has to drive 1 hour, then he serves here, then he goes back home. So yes, it's quite a tapasya. So Pujari Seva is not easy. Any Seva is not easy, but yeah. So there are some guidelines. Yes.
19. One should not take opium or similar intoxicants.
That's quite obvious. Many times in India, you see sadhus taking more ganja or bidi, whatever you want to call it, than the normal janta. And they are still so-called sadhus. Anyway, understand for ourselves. Yeah, next.
20. One should not enter the deity room or touch the body of the deity after having smeared oil over his body.
Now here oil is considered as a opulent thing. You know, in olden days, kings used to smear oil, very scented oils, and they feel very royal. So if you're having this bodily consciousness while going for the deity seva, that's not very nice. You should have deity consciousness, not your body consciousness.
So, Prabhu, like
Yes.
oil in the hair or just oil anywhere?
Scented oil, it means basically, which
Or
is
like ether or like the perfume?
yeah, that's what it means. Huh? Now, suppose some people put oil on their face, for example, after taking bath. That's just normal. But here it means specific oils for your decorating the body, basically. Yeah, because many people have this habit. They have oils, scented oils. Okay, next.
121. One should not smoke marijuana or ganja.
That we understand. Next one.
22. One should not introduce any opposing scripture.
So we understand in the temple is a place for worship. Again, we are glorifying Krishna. Okay, now someone else can read some points. Jaldi, anyone?
I can read through.
Yes, please.
So 23rd, one should not chew betel before the deity.
No, some people don't even chew betel at all. So some people don't take pan. Again, pan, again, respect and status and all that. Okay.
24, one should not show disrespect to a scripture teaching about the supremacy of the Lord.
No disrespect to scriptures, we know that. Next.
One should not offer a flower which was kept in an unclean pot.
I think we understand this principle for any bhoga, what to speak of flower. Huh? Yeah.
26, one should not worship the Lord while sitting on a bare floor. One must have a sitting place or carpet.
Yeah, this is important. Shipala Prabhu also mentioned in one of the classes, and he said, when he was very young, Shipala Prabhu mentioning he was very young, he will not take a mat to sit down. He said, I was doing austerity till I read this statement in NOD. So if mat is not available, you sit on the floor, obviously, but if mat is available, you take the mat. It's more proper to worship, and it can include your chanting japa as well. So if the mat is available, you take the mat and sit on the mat. If mat is not available, yes, floor is fine. Yes.
27th, one should not touch the deity before one has completed taking bath.
We understand that one. Next.
28th, one should not decorate his forehead with the three-lined tilak.
So we understand this one. This is against Vaishnava. So Vaishnava have tilak, urdhva pund tilak. Three-line tilak is another sampradaya tilak. Yes, Prabhu.
So there is a question.
Oh, okay, Mahasa Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I just want to ask you about this beetle thing, right? One should not chew beetle before the deity. And I clearly remember you once said that even pan should not be consumed. It should not be served. It can probably serve to Krishna, but nothing
Not
else.
probably,
Like we don't
yes, it
consume
is.
that also.
Yes, yeah.
Because it happens in like Vrindavan, that is of course there. But no one is supposed to consume it, right? Even if it's offered. So
Hard to standardize this rule. Many Gaudiya Vaishnava follow. That's all I would say. The standardization of the rules are very difficult these days. Many Gaudiya Vaishnava follow this. They do not eat pan. It says pan should be given to Krishna, and in Jagannath Puri also. I'm sure you know, pan is given to Jagannath Ji. It wasn't the rule, I think, 300 years ago or something. But anyway, one pan was offered. So every day. Now, what happens to the prasad of pan? You'll ask a valid question, right? So the short answer is it goes to Srimati Radharani. Radharani is eligible to eat. So we are not that great. Yeah.
Prabhu, so
Now there are just 1 second, Prabhuji. So now there are many things and versions around. I don't want to discuss about pan today. Generally, Gaudiyas do not eat pan. This is a simple answer. That helps. So, yeah, we as aspiring devotees, we should avoid. But again, do not put this rule on others. Put this rule on yourself. What others are doing, that's in between them and their spiritual master. Let them figure it out. Unless you are the guru and you are guiding your disciples. Yeah. But Chaitanya Prabhu clearly says, what others are doing, it's very hard to judge. And sometimes we make aparadha as well. So there are Vaishnavas who eat pan. They are Vaishnavas, they eat pan. Do not judge them just based on our understanding. We Gaudiyas follow certain things based on our acharyas. We follow Ekadashi. Some Vaishnavas do not follow Ekadashi. Okay, that's fine. None of our business. So all those things, just leave it to them. They will sort it out. Okay. Yes, Mohit, Prabhu, were you saying something? Looks like he's frozen. Okay, we'll come back now. Prabhu, I think we can continue and we'll come back to
Yeah. 29th, one should not enter the temple without washing his hands and feet.
Okay, done. So we all understood the rules and regulations. Try to follow your best. Okay, last question, Acharya Prabhu.
Prabhuji, one should not worship the Lord while sitting on the bare floor. What's the reason? Obviously,
So the energy from your body flows to the earth. Earthing ho raha hai basically.
Okay.
So your body is also energetic, and earth is also energetic. So actually, by putting a flooring in between, you're stopping that energy to go away from you. So it's good for you.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move forward. Now, how do you avoid seva parad? So we have read seva parad. How do you avoid? So three main things. Regulated chanting removes and counteracts offenses. So if you are regularly chanting nicely, probability is you will be careful with the deity worship and you will not do aparad. Constant engagement. Shiparad Prabhu recommended this a lot. He said, if you do seva aparad, the next thing we should do more seva. So if you're constantly in seva, by the blessings of Vaishnavas, you'll automatically be enlightened what to do, what not to do. This is a very nice thing actually. And we should do that all the time, not only for seva aparad. We do prajalpa only when we are not doing seva, isn't it? When you are doing too much seva, do you have any opportunity for prajalpa? No, because you are busy in Janmashtami, Ram Navami, this festival, that festival. You don't have time. As soon as you sit down, Hare Krishna. पता है वो devotee क्या कह रहा था? You know, I've seen him there. I've seen her doing this, talking this, that. The whole world comes in. We are not engaged in seva. Better you take some extra seva. Sometimes we say, we are very busy, Prabhu. No, take more seva. My Guru Maharaj said, take more seva. Take more seva, because by doing seva, actually you will improve. Again, be practical, but the point here is fill your life with seva. That's very nice. Praying for forgiveness to the deity. If you make an aparad, and we have mantras. If you don't know, ask Prema Bhakti Mataji. She is here. She has a whole list of aparad shuddhikarana mantra. She is the mother of all those mantras. Take a sheet
Please
from.
share. Please share, Mataji.
Please share, Mataji. So put that on your altar, or your kitchen or dining table, wherever it is possible. There are 5-6 mantras Mataji has compiled very nicely. So put them on the wall, read them. Read them. So by asking forgiveness, it will work. Yes, Mata. You can enlighten us.
Prabhu, it is in the DT kitchen. It is there is a.
Okay. Now you are there in the DT kitchen. For us, you are the source. Okay, so we'll get it, and yeah, you can make a print or soft copy, whatever works. Okay, so these three things: constant chanting, constant engagement in seva, and ask for forgiveness. This third is also very nice. It makes us humble. Even if you have done it or not done it, we chant the mantra, please forgive me while I'm doing deity worship or offering some bhoga. And deities are very pleased with that attitude. Again, it's not a mechanical thing. Okay, now we have done the seva aparad. Now we're entering into the second one, which is nam aparad. Now the 10 Nam Aparad, we all know. I'll not give a seminar on this. It can be a whole 3-session seminar on Nam Aparad. I'll keep it simple, hoping you all Vaishnavas already know most of them. But yeah, we will go through each one of them and just discuss very quickly. So I'll not read one by one here. Let's go inside and we do that. Okay. What is the effect of aparad? Just reading one line here. Losing the taste and attraction for sadhana bhakti. Nothing can counteract them except constant chanting and begging for forgiveness. So if you do nam aparad. Now, between seva aparad and nam aparad, which are more serious? Anyone?
Nama Prabhu.
Nam aparad, Prabhu.
Okay, so you all know that. Nam aparad is much more serious. Seva aparad, many times, if not all the times, we have no intention, but we may do it. So deities are very forgiving. You can ask for forgiveness by constant seva. By better training from other senior members, we can become better in seva aparad and we will not do so. Better in seva aparad means we will not commit seva aparad. But nam aparad, very, very serious. And seva aparad can be counteracted by chanting the holy name. But if you do aparad against the holy name, this is the root of everything. Prabhupada said 99% of our devotional advancement depends on our chanting. It's not depends on Bhakti Shastri marks and Bhakti Vaibhav marks. It depends on our chanting. So chanting has to be done very, very attentively. So by reading these 10 Namaprad, which we do every morning after Mangala Aarti, and we're going to read it today as well, it will again realign us for not doing what we are not supposed to do, because they are very, very serious. And they're all from Padma Puran. So I have written the shlokas as well, and then read what Prabhupada the translation says. So I'll just read. Satam ninda namna paramam aparadham vitmute. So satam refers to devotees, ninda refers to blasphemy, criticism. When we do satam ninda, in one word sometimes they say satam ninda, very, 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 very serious. Huh? Do not criticize devotees. Yatha khyatim yatam katham you sahate tat vigraham. But to blaspheme the sadhu is a very serious offense. Saintly devotees are attached to chanting Harinam and propagating his glories all over the universe. Therefore, why would Harinam tolerate any offense against a sadhu? It's very clear, right? A sadhu has given his life for propagation of Harinam, and you blaspheme that sadhu. Harinam will not be very happy with you. So make sure you do not blaspheme devotees, criticize. Now you can say, but Prabhu, he is not a devotee, right? In your definition, in your dictionary, he or she may not be a devotee. Do you think that's fine to do criticism of that person? Yes? Because in my definition, he may not be devotee, but in Krishna's definition, he may still be a devotee. So when I criticize this person, Krishna is not happy. So it's a direct offense. So we don't have to judge others, are they devotee or no. What is our job? Not to criticize. Katam. Prabhu, this is senior Vaishnava. I only criticize a junior Vaishnava. He only chants 2 rounds a day. Huh? Where in the book is written a person chanting 2 rounds, you can fully criticize. Khulla jo bolna hai bolo. Anyone says that? It says satam ninda. Now satam word is a big word. And as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we have read it together in NOI at least, anyone who chants one name of Krishna is, as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is worshipable. You remember that words? Anyone who chants Krishna's name once, he or she is worshipable. Now, can you go against this definition now? He's a junior devotee, he's not initiated. अरे वो तो इतना गंदा है तो बोलना पड़ेगा ना. No, no, no. You cannot offend a Vaishnava. What he is doing, that's in between him and Krishna. We are not Krishna, we are not Guru. Krishna will take care of it. If he's not doing right, that's fine. Unless, again, we are authority, we are Guru, we are protector of temple, someone is attacking the temple, we have to take care of that person, definitely. Sometimes violence may also be needed and all those things. Now, that's not the point which I'm trying to make, but in general conversations and general community discussions, answer is no, no. No chota, no bada, no this, that. We are not there to judge anyone. A person who is chanting holy name, coming to temple with some shraddha he has, we cannot blaspheme. We cannot blaspheme. And as we know, every single soul is a pure soul, just contaminated at this stage. Okay. Again, it can be very, very big classes here. The second nama, Prat, consider the names of demigods like Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. We know that. We all know they are all nice devotees. They are Sakam Bhakta. They have different roles in universal management, but under no circumstances we compare them equally as Lord Vishnu or independent. equally or independent, because they're all the source, and our source also is coming from Krishna. It is an offense to consider the most auspicious names, beauty, qualities, pastimes of Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu as mundane and different from him. It is also offensive to equate devatas like Lord Shiva with the Supreme Godhead Sri Vishnu, or think that they are independent of the control of Sri Vishnu. That reminds me of Charu Mataji's question of Lord Shiva. Okay, so we'll stop in 5 minutes or so. Gurur Avagya. Gurur Avagya refers to a spiritual master gives you some order and you're not following it knowingly. Chaitanya, not Chaitanya Prabhu, Swami Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj mentions this quite nicely, and other speakers as well. Spiritual master instructions can be delayed, but cannot be denied. Delay means for all the practical situation, Prabhupada also could not execute the order of his spiritual master in those times immediately. He had family, he had kids, he had business, but he always meditated on those instructions and always planning, how can I do that? How can I do that? So that meditation itself is a seva. So you may not be manifesting those instructions in the life, but meditating them, preparing for them. And Prabhupada prepared himself for 44 years before manifesting that instruction successfully execution of them. So disobey the orders of spiritual master is considered really, really wrong. And if you cannot follow the spiritual master, what should you do? If you cannot follow your spiritual master's order, what should you do? Mahasa Prabhu.
You should die.
That's
a Prabhupada.
only you can do that. And I don't
That's
recommend
what
you to
Prabhupada
die as
said.
well. Okay, I'll be more practical. Go back to your spiritual master and tell him. You understand? So he asks you to open a temple in China. You go back to him. Prabhupada ji, I cannot do that. So basically the point, go back to him and tell him. Simple, huh? I respect your instruction, but I'm unable to follow it. So tell him what you're not able to do. Simple as that. And he will tell you the more practical tips how to do that, or he may minimize it, or he may do something else. Okay. Srila Bhaktivinoda says, Sadhu, Ninda, and Gurur Avagya, which are similar, come from bad association. So here it is. The root of it is bad association. And what is bad association? Asat Sang Tyag, A Vaishnavachar, Istri Sangi, Ek Asadhu, Krishna Bhakt Ar. A Vaishnav should always avoid the association of ordinary people. Common people are very much materially attached, especially to women. Vaishnava should also avoid the company of those who are not devotees of the Lord Krishna. So many times when we get into these things, because our desires are influenced by non-devotee associations. So we have to be very careful whom we are associating. And again, emotional exchanges are happening with those people. So if we have non-devotee association, it will happen. We'll do Satam Ninda, we'll do Guru Ravagya. So to avoid that, the root is avoid bad association. Always be in devotee association. Always be reading or listening pastimes of Krishna. You will be saved. If a person, even if a person is devotee, but he's too materially attached, we should not intimately associate with him, because he may tend to criticize pure devotees. And you would have experienced that some devotees after the class talk about Krishna, some talk about other things. So make sure you are not one of them. Do not judge others. Do not judge others. I should not be the one who is propagating other things. There's nothing much is more important than discussing Bhagavatam. So discuss Bhagavatam, unless again you need a permission from the police commissioner for Rath Yatra. You have to talk about police commissioner's office and how to approach and how to apply and blah, blah, blah. That's the seva. You're talking about that for a Rath Yatra seva. For devotee community, you say, these things are very expensive in this area, I have to buy. That's all seva. But no mundane talks. If you do that, then we may end up criticizing Vaishnavas, which will end up in not having interest in holy name, which we many times struggle with. He may think that they are too fanatically too strict. That's fine. Someone may think about us like that. That's all right. We don't have to get their certificate to go back to Godhead. Do we have to get the certificate of materially attached people to go back to Godhead? Huh? Our neighbor has not certified me. So Krishna will say, oh, your neighbor has not certified, so you cannot come back. Is that right? No, we don't need everyone's certificate, and we cannot. Chaitanya Prabhu says even Krishna practically could not please everyone, isn't it? He could not please Duryodhan. He could not please Dhritarashtra. So do not think you have to please every single person. Someone will criticize you. Rather, Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj said, again, take it in a positive way. If you are getting criticism, that means you are doing something. If you're not getting criticized, that means you're not doing anything. People are talking about it only when you are growing up, isn't it? People will only pull your leg when you are growing up. So Maharaj said, it's nice actually. For Krishna's seva, if you get some criticism, do not mind. Everyone gets it. It just has to happen. Because people cannot uplift themselves. So what do they do to feel themselves better? They pull you down. You don't have to get certificate from every single one. As far as you are following Sadhu, Shastra and Guru, you're fine. So if some work colleagues, your neighbors, your relatives do not give you certificate, no problem. So if we intimately associate with non-devotees or with two materialistic devotees, and it includes, as Lal Govind Prabhu says, include initiated devotees who are not interested in Krishna. Lal Govind Prabhu said that. Initiated, so-called, not interested in Krishna, and there are few. So initiation, not initiation is not the point here. The point here is we do not criticize anyone, we do not judge anyone, but if they are not giving us positive Krishna conscious association, we take some other association who are serious in Krishna consciousness. Then we will be influenced by them to commit sadhu ninda, criticize Vaishnava, or minimize the Guru. Okay, Ujjwala Samataji or Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just a quick question. We have said that we should praise in the public, and if at all we have to criticize, it should be in the private. Now, sometimes because the devotees may have felt hurt in some situations, and they want to vent, and they open up their heart to somebody, and then it's all in a private setting. So how is that?
That's fine. As far as you maintain the mood, if you are the counselor, for example, in that phone call, again, the next phone call, it can be other way. You maintain the mood that no sadhu ninda is done, but the venting their heart, guya makhati prakshati, is fine because the mood here is to help the other person, not to criticize the next person. And I've seen in some meetings of my Guru Maharaj, when I was present and some devotee was doing something like that, my Guru Maharaj immediately corrected. He heard the situation, but corrected that criticism of that devotee should not be done. He said, no buts. So you open your heart, that's fine. So you, as a counselor in that situation, should make sure, yeah, you open your heart, but not left, right, and center, and you're just criticizing. No, just hear the principle. Details can vary. So it's your job in that phone call or in a private room setting, whatever it is, to make sure sadhu ninda is not done, but you hear that devotee and just lighten him or her up, and then bring her up again that, okay, there can be some positive aspects to it as well. So that's why we should have this ashraya as well. That means one who can give shelter in Krishna consciousness. Not just Sajatiya. Chaitanya Charanapur. Sajatiya means like-minded. So like-minded, you will find many people. Suppose I like criticism, someone else also like criticism. Yes, hamari jamegi. Sunday feast, we are sitting down and criticizing. So Prabhu said, like-minded and right-minded. Like-minded plus right-minded association is needed, not just like-minded. So if like-minded is there, then also aparadh will happen. Right-minded. So someone may correct you and you may correct someone else. Prabhuji, Mataji, just stop here. Yeah, you open your heart, but not with the sadhu ninda. And why he or she is doing something, none of our business. Many times we become controllers, or we're trying to become control. We are not controllers. Krishna is the controller, and we have to understand Krishna somehow is allowing Duryodhan to become king. He allowed it. He allowed Draupadi Chir Haran. We have to understand Krishna is sanctioning it. Who are we? He has lot of plans. Lord Ram, I saw Ramayana, to be honest, 2 days ago, anyway, with my kid, Love Koshapakyan, and the sending Mother Sita to the forest. Sorry to say, without due respect, I love that Ramayana, but they minimize the reasoning of Sita going to forest. There are at least 20 reasons, and I've done class on that. At least 20 reasons why Sita was sent to the forest. Now the whole thing is minimized in one thing there. Now it's not a criticism I'm doing. I'm just saying that the whole episode is lightened up so much that people think that Sita was a victim. Actually, it's not. The Shastra cannot be wrong. The simple as that. Shastra has to be correct. We don't understand. So if you read those 20 reasons, you understand it, you'll find actually it's one of the pastime of Lord. Lord personally orchestrated it. So then your praise for the Lord and the devotees grows rather than watching their serial because they minimize to just one reason, one external reason. So actually we think there is some fault there. It cannot be faulty. Shastra is aparushaya. So that's why we have to be very careful when we are giving association, when we are taking association, make sure our siddhanta is not broken, whether in private or public. It's difficult.
Thank you.
It's difficult, but yeah, we have to do that. We have to, as I say, we have to become mother. If someone is being a kid, no problem. You should become mother. Immediately take the role of a mother. Correct your kid. Again, in a loving way. Mother always loves the kid. So your love should be there, definitely, but in a nice way. Suniti said to Dhruva, first thing, Ma amangal tat. Hey, tat means my dear son. Ma amangal. Do not say amangal about Suruchi. The first thing Suniti is saying, Suniti had full right. She's a woman. She said, yeah, she's a rascal. First thing she's telling to Dhruva, do not say any amangal. Do not think any amangal, inauspicious things about that person. And then she gives another instruction. So this is our duty. Do no amangal for other person. Open your heart. Yeah, she said something bad to you. She hurt you. No problem. I'm happy to listen all that. You do not think bad for her. And then you start your other. And that's become very beautiful. And if you make that culture amongst devotees, we become the best family. Best family. And then, yeah, Krishna will love us. He will take us, even if we are faulty, Krishna will take us back. Okay. Thank you, Mata. I'll stop here. Third offense. So we'll continue with the fourth later. Charu Mata is still here. Charu Mata ji asked a question about Shivratri. I'll try to share what I have in my mind again. I'm not so good in explaining myself in short. So please forgive me. Should we fast on Shivratri or no? So first we have to understand why we fast on Shivratri, why people fast on Shivratri. I'll tell Gaudiya Vaishnava definition and then I'll try to give some cultural aspects as well. So Gaudiya Vaishnava definition, as per Gaudiya Sampradaya, as per Prabhupada never fasted on Ekadashi. Prabhupada did not observe, especially after ISKCON was incorporated. Prabhupada never instructed. You do not see Shivratri fasting on Vaishnava calendar. You can open GBC calendar, you will not see a fasting there. So it's a simple answer. Prabhupada did not observe it. Prabhupada did not recommend it. Shivratri you will see mentioned in the Vaishnava calendar, not fasting on Vaishnava. So a simple answer, Charumata, is as per Prabhupada and Gaudiyas, we do not. Now comes the detailed part of it. Some individual may decide to fast on Shivratri, and there can be three reasons why they fast, and we respect that as per their culture, as their family, or there's some Shraddha in Lord Shiva. Leave it to them why they fast. There are reasons given in Hari Bhakti Vilas why we should fast, why we should not fast. Both are given. Again, Prabhupada implemented that. We do not follow every single thing from Hari Bhakti Vilas. There are other reasons as well. I don't want to take the whole class, but there are some hierarchy in the Pramans. So we should always take the highest hierarchy, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one instance mentioned about Shivratri in 10th canto, Brajvasis following Shivratri. This is mentioned. The word Ekada is used there. Ekada means once they went to see Lord Shiva on Shivratri. Prabhupada mentions that. This is in the verse. Common answer is not commonly approached. Why we don't do that is a big discussion. But for all the obvious reasons, good reasons, Prabhupada did not recommend it. Prabhupada did not do it. As a follower of Prabhupada, we should not, because I can tell exceptions as well. My Guru Maharaj said we should not even have deities of Lord Shiva on our altar. Again, it's not Lord Shiva's fault. Please do not take like Lord Shiva is Sarup Shakti of Krishna. It's not Lord Shiva we are talking. It's talking us, conditioned soul. We cannot handle those sort of things. So Prabhupada kept it very simple because we tend to get distracted. Our Shraddha should not be divided. Prabhupada was very, very clear. So because we are conditioned, we are saying that Lord Shiva is as good as Krishna. So we are not talking about Lord Shiva here. Lord Shiva is very, 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 very glorious. He's Vaishnava Nam Yatha Shambhu. But for us, we follow Prabhupada's instruction. if that helps. And if some people do it, we should not judge them as positive or negative. We should not feel that there is a gap because I'm not following. No, I'm following my Guru, my Prabhupada, and you are perfectly fine if you don't follow Shivratri fast. Many people worship Shiva not by fasting, but by through chanting on this particular day. So if you want to respect Lord Shiva, take blessings of Lord Shiva, you can do that through other ways as well. Fasting is one expression of their respect for Lord Shiva. Sorry, in 2 minutes, tried to say something which I should say for 2 hours. If that helps, Sharmata. Again, I'll give some more references. Devotee should not feel. I've spoken to Bhanu Maharaj, Swam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu on this particular topic, and I have solid references, and they all are aligned with what Prabhupada did. So I think, yeah, there are some lectures around, and I know those lectures which have given the reference as well. And as I said, anything in Shastra can be proved. There are pramans, no doubt about it. But what our acharyas have done, I think we should just follow our acharyas and try to get blessings of Lord Shiva, as I said. Blessings of Lord Shiva, definitely. There are many other ways which can be used to get blessings of Lord Shiva. But if someone is doing it, please do not judge that person, because that's his Shraddha for Lord Shiva, and how he or she is expressing their Shraddha. It's a matter of respect. Actually, we should respect them, not judge them in any way, positive or negative. But we should not feel any gap if we are not doing it. I hope it helps. Okay. If there are any other questions, we'll take it next time, and we'll continue this chapter. Hopefully, we'll finish it soon. I thought chapter 8 will be a quick one. It went a little bit over, but I'm happy that devotees clarified their doubts and hope it's helpful for them. Sundar Gopal Prabhu, is he here?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Is there any announcements?
No, Prabhu. We made the announcements last time, so for this
Okay.
week, there's nothing as such.
People are still not very happy. This last week, not make any further announcements. Okay, so we'll leave you happy. So yeah, have a nice week, and we will see you all next week on Wednesday. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Prabhupada Devotion ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Gaur Premanand. Hare Hare.